start using the label lesbian until 2024, actually. It was a few months into 2024 that I chose to use that word, and it had changed a lot for me. In 2023, I had said that I was queer, and before that, I had used the label bisexual, and I think that all of the labels are really just talking about like your own lived experience, and I don't think that there's a right or a wrong. A lot of queer women, I got really hung up on the fact that like, well, maybe there's this like mythical person who was out there that was this like perfect man that we might fall in love and like have a pretty platonic type of roommate situation where we could like live together, and I could like be coerced into like having a relationship with a man who I don't know and I've never met before. But I got really hung up on like the what ifs of like, well, there's maybe a guy out there like potentially, so maybe like bisexual, and also like I was married to a man in the past, so like I have to be bisexual, right? Video on TikTok actually that I saw that really resonated with me of like, what do I want to communicate with the world around me and the community that I hope to build? Am I actively seeking out and dating men or people who are like socialized as cisgender heterosexual men? And the answer to that was like, no. When I figured that like what I wanted was not to be approached and not to be like considered an option for people who are like socialized as cis straight men, and I started to use the label lesbian, it made a lot of sense for me, and I found it to be like very helpful and reflective of my lived experience of what I am seeking when it comes to community and to connecting with other queer people. And the other thing about labels is like you don't have to use them, and if you don't like them, then that's more than okay. But that was just my experience on my journey into coming into using a label that I now feel like describes me pretty well.